I was deciding what I was going to do in this next video, and I looked at a comment that I had just received that came right on time, as most good things do in this world and in this life. And it said, "How can I become a ghostwriter?" And I was like, aha, there it is. That is the subject for my next uploaded video. So here we are. How you can become a ghostwriter for this year, what we have left of it, and also for 2026 and beyond. My name is Lynette Renee Dobie, and I'm an Amazon bestselling ghostwriter, and my aim is to make content all about writing, whether you want to become a ghostwriter in the future or you want to become an author of your book, or maybe you've even written a book and you want to write another one. This channel is dedicated to the written word, all things about it. So if this seems of any interest to you, definitely like this video, subscribe to this channel, and then once you're finished watching it, if you got some value, go ahead and send it to someone else in your network. You never know who it could help. I'll give you a second to do that, and then we can go ahead and get started once I look over my notes real quick. Okay, so you want to become a ghostwriter. Let's start off with the basics. What is ghostwriting? Ghostwriting is when you write as someone else. It could be a song, it could be a play, it could be a film and TV script, it can be a manuscript for a book, it can be a speech, LinkedIn post, tweets, whatever. You're writing as someone else, and it's a very fulfilling and rewarding career. A lot of times people keep information for people when it comes to ghostwriting, and that's why I'm doing this video, and by a further extension, that's why I do this whole entire channel. I don't think that this should be something that's only accessible to a certain group of people. I think anyone can become a ghostwriter if they have the desire and have the skills, which I'll definitely go over. But essentially, that's what ghostwriting is. Getting back to the definition, it's just writing as someone else. Also, keep this in mind as you watch this video. Ghostwriting isn't just about the words. It's about strategy, it's about storytelling, and it's about customer service. So we're going to touch on all of those throughout the video, but I just wanted to say that before we go to the next section. Now let's talk about some skills that I think are very important for you to have if you want to do this professionally. So number one, and obviously, of course, you've got to have some writing skill. It doesn't have to be super duper exceptional at first, because I think the more you write, of course, the better you're going to get, because repetition is everything. It's a great teacher, and it'll also show you where you can have areas of opportunity and also where you thrive. So definitely make sure that you have a baseline good writing ability. Now, I've seen some ghostwriters who have a very simplistic style of writing and they get paid thousands to do it, because you don't want to lose anyone when you're writing. So don't think that you have to be, Shakespeare out here. No, you just have to have a basic writing ability that can be easily adapted to sound like someone else. Number two, you need to have a good listening ability. When you're working with a client, doesn't matter what you're writing for them, whether it's short or long form, you need to have an ability to be able to listen to them and distill what they're saying into a more compelling structured sentence or whatever form that you're writing in. So those two skills, writing and listening, are going to be paramount for you. Next, you're going to have to take those two skills that we just talked about, writing and listening, and adapt them to sound like your client. So the way that you can do this is simply by practicing. I don't want to go too deep into the technicality of this, but let's say that you're a huge fan of, I don't know, any influencer or celebrity out there, and whoever your favorite influencer is. See if you can write as them. Do this by looking at different things that they have written or their team has written for them, because 9 times out of 10, if they're super big, they didn't write it themselves. But look at their writing style. What is the tone? What is the cadence, the rhythm to it? What is the emotion behind it? And see if you can duplicate it by writing your own post. It's super simple. Like, go to LinkedIn, find someone whose posts are popping, and see if you can rewrite it in your own way using their words and the style in which they're writing. Next, you want to always be curious. Curiosity will get you so many places when it comes to being a writer. Let's say you're writing for someone and they're a little bit quiet and you're writing a book for them. And so from your interviews with them, you're going to have to pull pages and a bunch of different words from them in order to write effectively as them. So if you're interviewing them and they give you this much, you've got to be curious to get more out of them. For instance, I've worked with a client who would give me the information that they want to put in their book, but they wouldn't really tell me about the feeling. So my question to them was always, how did that make you feel? Oh, well, they would say, I never really thought about how that made me feel. But you've got to think about the feeling so you can get to the story. So always be curious. Don't just take one statement from your client at face value. Go deeper. You've got to know how to go deeper. Next, you want to make sure that you're disciplined in getting all aspects of the writing done, from the interviews, from the deliverables, from the drafts, everything. You've got to be disciplined. If you have bad time management skills and the next skill, project management, ghostwriting isn't for you. Let's segue into project management. Project management is arguably one of the most important skills that you can have to be an effective ghostwriter. I say this because you are the one who has to mandate when everything will be turned in, when every draft will be signed off and become an official deliverable by the client. You've got to be the one who makes sure you monitor everything, because the publication date and the publishing dates, those dates are set in advance, and you don't want to slip and get to the publication date and not have a manuscript. You don't want to do that. So you've got to be disciplined with your project management skills and making sure everything stays on track with the client. Next, you've got to have discretion and professionalism. So discretion, your clients will be telling you some things that are very private for them. You can't tell anyone because, of course, you're under a non-disclosure agreement. You want to ensure that you are keeping their information private and to yourself. You even want to have discretion with how you're storing their information. God forbid that someone steals your computer and they go in and they read this client's whole story. I keep my files on a separate hard drive. If you can encrypt them or lock them, do whatever you have to do, but you've got to use your discretion in not only getting the information from your client, but also how you store the information as well. And that goes into your professionalism. A lot of times people feel we writers and ghostwriters, our heads are in the clouds. We're always thinking la, 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 la. And so we're not business people as well as creatives. And that's why I do this channel for my fellow writers. I want you to have as much business acumen as you do creativity. So you want to ensure that you have that professionalism to match your creative ability as well. I've done plenty of videos about it, so definitely go through my channel and select a video that seems aligned with professionalism and business acumen for ghostwriters and enjoy. Keep in mind, before I go to the next section, that we ghostwriters are strategists. We are. Everything falls on us. The project management, the discretion, the privacy, the professionalism, the customer service, all of it falls on us. So make sure that you keep all of that tight so that way you can get more referrals, and more referrals means more what? Money. Now let's get to my favorite part, how to get started. First things first, you need to get the knowledge. I know you already have a good writing ability, that's why you're here, but you need to get the knowledge. There are many different places that you can go view a course and sharpen your writing skills. You can go on Udemy, Coursera, wherever. And there's also some independent individuals who have their own ghostwriting courses. Or you can come to someone like myself who is a mentor to emerging ghostwriters. But whatever you do, make sure that you get some basis of help as you begin to build your career. That's on you. Your responsibility is to make sure that you have all the skills that you need to serve your clients. Because if you don't, you're doing yourself and them a disservice. After you get those skills together, put yourself out there. Don't wait. Don't say, oh, you know what? A year after I learn this, then I'll get started. No, put yourself out there. Start writing publicly. Go to your local chamber of commerce and ask, are there any businesses who might need writing support? That's how I started. I began as a copywriter, then I moved on to ghostwriting. But copywriting really helped me get the skills to become a good ghostwriter. But my point is, go and meet some people and ask them if you can serve them as their personal writer. This way, you get a couple of things. You get experience from that, you get knowledge, you get expertise. Most importantly, you get some content for your portfolio. A portfolio is very important for you to have. It's your proof to show to other people, hey, I know what I'm doing. I did this for this person, and I can definitely do it for you, your brand, your business, or whatever capacity they want you to write. Next, look for opportunities in which you can collaborate with a more experienced ghostwriter or someone who's writing a project on their own, and you can lend your expertise there. You'll be amazed at how much you learn when you're helping someone out and you're working collaboratively. Like on this channel, I interviewed one of my mentees. Her name is Erin Martinez, and she talks about what the process was like us working together to work on a client's book. But she really got some hands-on experience with that. It was a co-collaboration sort of situation. So make sure that you look for opportunities like that. Next, I want you to network. Get to know other people who do what you do, and get to know other people who do roles that are close to what you do. Like, for instance, if you want to be a ghostwriter who does help people write books, get to know your local printers in the area. You never know. They probably have people who call them and like, hey, I need a good ghostwriter. Get to know them. Get to know editors in your area. That's what I started doing my second, well, no, it was more like my fourth year, I started getting to know all the other associated roles that help a book come into existence. I got to know them personally, people who work in those industries personally, because we begin to refer each other work. So definitely make sure that you network strategically. Next and last, make sure you position yourself to work with a certain niche or a certain group of people, and put that on everywhere where you're represented. Like, I suggest that you get a LinkedIn page, and even if you haven't worked with a client, go ahead and put yourself on LinkedIn, because that will help you also get some confidence with what you're doing as well. But definitely clearly define who you work with, why you work with them, and how you work with them. And so you want to put that on your LinkedIn page, and you want to put that wherever you're represented as a professional, on your landing page, your website. But I would suggest before you even get a website and everything, just build your LinkedIn presence up and build your brand up on LinkedIn, and then you can move to those other pieces. All right, in this next section, we're going to get to the nitty gritty. Let's keep it 100. I'm going to tell you what it's really like to work as a ghostwriter. So you're going to write some amazing things, but no one will ever know. You are the mastermind behind the piece. If you're not comfortable with that, then do not become a ghostwriter. That's just point blank, period. I can't say much more after that. Number 2, learn how to master your boundaries. The ghostwriting relationship with a client is very special. They begin to tell you all sorts of different things about themselves that they probably haven't told a soul. And so the lines may get blurred. They may look at you as a friend or a therapist or whatever. Don't get into those territories. I've never had to tell a client that, but that's because I have my boundaries up to begin with. But you definitely want to never get into a place where you have to explain to a client, I'm sorry, but you might want to go ahead and seek professional help for that. But if you have to say it, you have to say it. But if you have well-defined boundaries, you never have to get to those awkward conversations. Last in this section, the reality is that ghostwriting is pretty cool. You help change people's lives. You help them do something they can never imagine. Most people hate writing emails. So imagine writing a 40,000 word book, but you help them do it. Oh, I think it's so cool. So just realize that all the things that I mentioned in number 1 and 2 in this section, they may suck at different times, but it's so rewarding. Keep everything tight so you can see the fruits of your labor. Now, once you get going as a ghostwriter, you got the skills together, you have a good pipeline, you got constant clients coming in, you want to keep growing, you want to keep educating yourself. Learn about what's happening in your industry. Like, I was just looking on LinkedIn today. I used LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and they were giving me an update on how the top 5 publishing houses, how they're doing, this quarter, and how they did for the year, and also this quarter, and what challenges they faced, and different opportunities that they are embarking on. You've got to always know your industry. And number 2, you always want to keep working on your skill. Look and see what other people are doing. Look, understand where the industry is going for a ghostwriter. You always want to keep abreast of these topics so that way you won't be sideswiped if things go terribly wrong. Like I did a talk earlier this year when I was talking about how popular ebooks have been, and they have been. A lot of people don't want to carry a physical book anymore. I know it's been like that for years, but they really have started to really delve into ebooks. And the next big trend, of course, is the audiobooks. Both of those have been around for years, but now people are really into them. But I know that because I did my industry research. So you always want to keep growing. Next, you always want to make sure you keep yourself equipped with different skills that will broaden your expertise and broaden the types of clients and opportunities you can get. So for instance, branding and content strategy are two very important skills that I added to my wheelhouse, and I'm forever grateful because it allows me to be considered for different opportunities. So find some associated skills with ghostwriting that are of interest to you and learn them and keep them in your back pocket because you never know when you'll need them. A very good skill for a ghostwriter to have is SEO, search engine optimization. Just learn that, have a very base level knowledge of it, and it will definitely help bring more opportunities your way. Lastly, always be willing to invest in yourself, whether it's mentorship, communities for writers, anything that can get you to more opportunities and more enrichment. Make sure you go ahead and make those investments. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was so fun. I hope that the person who left the comment under my other video was able to see this video and you got some information that you needed. And also to you who just happened to see me on your algorithm on YouTube and you clicked the video, I hope you got the information that you needed. And then lastly, as a reminder, if you did get some information and something from this video, share it with someone else in your network. Don't be a gatekeeper. This is a gatekeeping free zone. And again, if you want to get more information about becoming a professional ghostwriter, I do ghostwriting coaching and mentorship, and I'll be happy to assist you with that. Just go to www.writeWayConsulting, that's WRITE, wayconsulting.net, and fill out an inquiry form, and then I can assist you further that way. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next upload.